What's good, everybody? Sean Shalov Rosenberg in the building. Back at you with another video. Now, earlier this morning, I did my live reaction to not live, but reaction to J. Cole's new song. I believe it was hold on, let me check. What was the live reaction? Post Antonio. And the song, by the way, the song is fire, by the way. Definitely enjoyed it. The first verse it was pretty decent. Some of the bars I liked. Second verse was fire. He definitely delivered on that track. The hooks on it, I wasn't really feeling the hooks, but overall the song is fire. Well, apparently, Fantastic Hip Hop has dropped a new video, and it's based on how J. Cole just made the Kendrick and Drake beef more complicated. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Now, right now with J. Cole, after months of initial confusion when he backed out of the beef and apologized to Kendrick Lamar, and then speculation which was seemingly telling us that after being subbed and jabbed at over and over again by Drake through both his major diss tracks in various lines and through petty posts on social media that the duo who was just on tour together and made a hit song like First Person Shooter were no longer on good terms. After the entire hip-hop world has been trying to figure out where exactly Cole stands after a feud where no matter how you spin it, he was right in the middle of, Cole has finally given us the answers that we have been searching so hard to find out with his new track Port Antonio. And now first off with this song, before we get into what Cole has said and what this all means for him in hip-hop, I think it's great that unlike most other rappers in this feud who were caught up in the cross of it and just have left confusing hints out to fans to figure out where they really stand and how they feel, J. Cole has now actually told us where his mind was at when he made one of the most polarizing and shocking decisions in rap beef and really all of hip-hop history. And now with this song, in its entirety, it functions as an intimate track where after so much noise and chaos in hip-hop, we are facing J. Cole's most personal and reflective thoughts, and the somber beat on this cut only reflects this idea. And so now with the perfect musical canvas to tell us some of the most coveted and sought-after information in all of rap right now, Cole gets to work on this track, and after he shows off his lyrical skill on the first verse, things take a much more serious turn on the second verse, as Cole talks about the current state of hip-hop and the culture, and as he talks about how he doesn't approve of where this new generation is headed in the genre, he begins to address the entire controversy surrounding him and rap's greatest beef of the centuries.
I agree. I think the second verse, to me, that's the whole reason why I like the second verse better, because it seems to me J. Cole was really addressing a lot in terms of the controversy surrounding this beef, because I think J. Cole did say, like, in his apology, he did say niggas don't want to see blood. And we all thought J. Cole was tripping when he said, we want to see blood and all we just want is friendly competition. Well, J. Cole then proved all of us wrong, and I gotta admit, he was right. This battle definitely went from a friendly competition to something that's personal and serious now, because families got involved and death threats were sent back and forth. So basically, it became a blood war between Kendrick and Drake. But all I gotta say is, Drake is really the one that turned this into a blood war. Hadn't he just kept this friendly and never brought up Whitney, then you know, then he took it one step further, bringing up gang culture and family matters, then bringing up Whitney again, then decided to allege that Kendrick Lamar, you know, abused Whitney, and then claiming that one of his kids wasn't his and it was his partner, Dave Free. Yeah, things just took a left turn. And then Kendrick came back with Meet the Grams with the allegations of Drake being a predator and having his own version, like his own product, his own version of potentially having freak offs, like with Diddy, like the currently what's going on with Diddy. Kendrick's basically saying, "Hey, this not only Diddy, but this guy's having freak offs himself, like Drake." But we don't know if these allegations. It seems to me all the allegations on Kendrick's end has officially been debunked and rebuttal that it's not true. But in terms of Drake's allegations, it's I'm not gonna say it's true, but some of the stuff is starting to come out. And I also was one of those people who criticized J. Cole as well for backing out, but J. Cole did the right thing. I'm going to admit this. And J. Cole, somehow, if you're watching this, I'm going to admit I apologize. You did the smartest thing because, like you said in your apology, niggas wanted to see blood. And that's what it's almost got. And then now this beef went from being a rap battle to now something very serious. Like this, like the Kendrick and Drake beef is no longer just a friendly competition. This is something serious. So this went from just a simple friendly competition to an actual beef between these two. And J. Cole was the smart person to back out of this. So J. Cole and to Dreamville, I apologize. Let's continue with the video.
He says, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. Which now, initially, with this bar off rip, this seems to confirm the story that Schoolboy Q came and told J. Cole himself that things with Kendrick and Drake were going to go in a way that was way more serious than just exchanging bars for the sport of it, because in the context of everything we now understand, there is no other way that J. Cole would have this intuition to back out if just days before coming to this conclusion, he was releasing a full-on diss track to Kendrick. So at least with this bar off rip, we seem to have a definitive reasoning to why Cole decided to back out as those pieces are put together, and from here, Cole goes into greater detail about this decision and his choice as he talks about the Kendrick and Drake situation, saying, they wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost a battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. And now here, Cole is telling us with the stakes of this beef being so much higher than we could have ever imagined, he realized that joining in was ultimately going to end up making him a full-on enemy to Kendrick Lamar for good, who he expresses that he has love for in these bars. Although it's strange that while he is saying things like these, he is still boasting that he would have won this battle, which we will get into later. And adding some much needed context to all of this, Cole explains why he didn't engage even more, as he says. And all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for? Which, regardless of how we criticize Cole for backing out and how this may affect his actual rap legacy, as a person, I think you have to respect him for standing on his own morals and principles regardless of what others may think.
I agree. I agree. Because the way how Cole is operating, I think Cole is kind of like, I don't want no parts of this. I just want to be neutral. It's like I said in my video. I think Cole just wanted to be neutral, and Cole just wanted to maintain to be in the middle, and because he's still cool with Drake, and he still has mad love, respect, and literally still best friends with Kendrick. So Cole is kind of like, I'm gonna be in the middle, not choosing sides. I'm gonna maintain to be neutral in the middle, just like everybody, just like with most fans. Because I'm gonna be honest and tell you the truth. Because if J. Cole were to pick a side, it would have looked bad. Because if J. Cole did side it with Drake, it would have infuriated Kendrick and his fan base. Well, the Kendrick stands. But if J. Cole would have sided with Kendrick, of course Drake and his stands would have went crazy and going at J. Cole. So it's kind of like this whole thing. And another thing too, what really ruined this battle is the stands. The stands ruined it from both sides. The Kendrick stands and the Drake stands. They ruined it. for genuine hip hop fans like myself, for all the hip hop fans that just, was respectful, that just wanted to enjoy the battle, the stands ruined it for us. So I respect J. Cole, for that. And I respect J. Cole, like I said, for bowing out. Because, you know, if it wouldn't, because I to me, I would have loved to see a lyrical battle between Kendrick and Drake. I mean Kendrick and J. Cole, but I think Cole knows that if he really gets into that bag like that, not bag, but gets into the pen to his pen game like that, he's really gonna have to step his bars up. But Cole always wanted to keep this friendly. If Cole ever wanted to battle K Dot, he to me, I would have looked at K Dot and Cole's battle more friendly. But I think with Drake, Drake kind of bees in his feelings and takes everything serious. Which, like I said, that kind of makes me look at Drake a certain way. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Drake. I said this all the time in my videos. I'm a day one Drake fan, but some of the antics about Drake, I just hate. I'm not gonna use hate. I just dislike that he does. That's how I look at it. So yeah, I'm going off topic. This is supposed to be about J. Cole, but this does involve Drake and Kendrick. But let's get back to the video.
And now, bringing this picture full circle, Cole lets everything else out with some of the most important bars of the year, as right from the perspective of the guy who was in the middle of this thing. He weighs in on everything that went down between this entire trio of him, Kendrick, and Drake by saying, I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing. Protecting legacy, so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now, some will discredit me, try to wipe away my pedigree, but please find a person that's rapping this incredibly. And with these bars, Cole really lets us further into his mind than ever, as he breaks down this entire feud from his
I like those bars, by the way.
eyes and talks about the glory that was involved and ultimately fought for in this beef. And now, while most of this only reaffirms his points that this feud went too far and that Cole was caught in the ugly middle of it all, what's interesting is that Cole is saying that Kendrick and Drake very well may regret some of the things they said about one another in this battle. And now with this, while I get from Cole's stance why he feels this way,
I kind of disagree with that. I think deep down, because I don't think Kendrick. I just don't see Kendrick or Drake regretting the stuff they said. Because we got to remember what Kendrick said on Watch the Party Die. I ain't the type of nigga to apologize. So that K Dot has basically said, listen, I'm not apologizing. I don't know. I don't see Drake either. I could be wrong about Drake, but I don't see Drake not a. It's not going to apologize either. So I don't think either one of these two are ever. They're not going to take back what they said. They're going to stand on it. So I kind of disagree on that portion of the video from Fantastic Hip Hop.
and why he would say this. I think this narrative that what went down between Kendrick and Drake got so out of hand and that this is something unprecedented for rap beef has been way overblown. As when we look at the grand lineage of rap beefs and even in very high profile ones like JayZ and Nas, in many instances there were a lot worse things and a lot more obscene things said, and Cole should very well know this as he modeled his diss track 7-Minute Drill off a lot of what JayZ did to Nas on his track Takeover. But beyond what this reveals about what Cole thought,
it wasn't Takeover. It wasn't Takeover. It was the super ugly joint that what made JayZ apologize. Well, JayZ was kind of forced to apologize because if you guys remember the Nas and JayZ battle, after Nas dropped Ether, JayZ responded with 3 different songs, and then the actual response record was super ugly. But that diss track was, it didn't. It was like even a lot of people said the diss track was emotional and JayZ was just thrown off how the way not how Nas perfectly and executed his response perfectly to it. And then the real reason why Jay-Z had to apologize because, you know, because the story his mom called the radio station and expressed her feelings, telling Jay-Z it was very distasteful, that you should have never went that far, you should have never went that low below the belt to try to diss Nas and disrespect Nas's baby mama at the time. Yeah, so Jay-Z was pretty much forced to apologize. Just wanted to give y'all a glimpse of history on that. But let's get back to the video.
Thought about what went down. More importantly, to the core of this song, the current state of J. Cole's career, and all of hip hop for that matter. Near the end of this track's second and final verse, he raps about the most complicated piece to this entire equation, because while his apology and bars have already shown that Cole still loves and respects Kendrick Lamar, from his feature run as of recent, which has been with all of Drake's biggest enemies, to Drake blatantly dissing Cole, we have been waiting to see what J. Cole truly has to say about what is going down between him and Drake once and for all. And now finally addressing this, Cole says, "They say I'm picking sides, you don't lie on me. To start another war, Drake, you'll always be mine. I ain't ashamed to say that you did a lot for me. F all the narratives." And now, as Cole closes this verse out talking about where his love for rap really lies and what his purpose on the mic is, he does end this track, which has finally told us so much in a powerful way. But with this said, as Cole is now saying that after all of the speculation and drama that he still loves Drake and that he will never not appreciate somebody who has been so integral to his career in various instances and eras. While I respect Cole on one hand for really showing and explaining on this track that he does not care about his rap legacy more than he cares about his actual humanity, and as an extension of that, it kinda makes sense why Cole is still welcoming Drake into his circle with open arms. I have to say that not even as a rapper, but just a person who clearly respects his peace, but also over everything himself to make tough decisions. I think letting Drake off the hook went off rip based on your decision to back out of this beef. He clowned you on some of the most important songs of the year and decided to take your character and depict you out to be a very weak man. J. Cole needs to understand that you don't have to be friends with everyone, and that while you don't have to go all out and diss Drake, if that's not the way you move,
I agree. I agree with that. I think J. Cole kind of missed that point of view as well, because I don't know if J. Cole. I know J. Cole's been paying attention like everybody else, but Cole, Drake is taking some shots at you, and he took shots at you on push-ups, and he took shots at you on Family Matters. Uh, even though it wasn't really like no disrespectful, it was just jabs at you. But J. Cole, I'm gonna be honest, I would be careful if you're trying to. I know you're trying to maintain to be neutral, but I would be careful of trying to get Drake back in your circle again, because Drake can try to spin the block, can try to do something to get you to go back, get you to go at Kendrick again. I could be wrong on that, because Drake loves using certain antics when it comes to people battling him, and especially beefing him. So if I'm J. Cole, I would keep like really a close eye on Drake, because I guarantee Drake's gonna try to do something. Just saying. Let's get back to the video.
Understand that. I think the fact that he is letting Drake just get a pass for disrespecting him over and over again since this summer is just too generous to Drake, and now maybe Cole's right here and Drake will apologize to him and this will all make things better. But at this point, as Drake seems to be only getting more bitter and bitter about the outcome.
Nah, Drake is not gonna apologize. I don't think, because ever since this battle, Drake has been crashing out like crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Drake has been crashing out. Yeah, and of course he got his lapdogs, the OVO coalition, which is Ack and Maul and Ish from Joe Budden and other YouTubers that are now siding with Drake, such as Matt from What's the Dirt. They're all crashing out. So yeah, the Colon engine is just like Drake cannot catch a break, and like I said, I don't think Drake will ever let this go. He is not gonna let this go.
Comes of things, and really deep down inside, seems like he resents J. Cole in a way for exiting this thing and leaving him in a 1v1 against Kendrick Lamar. While I think it's great that J. Cole became the first rapper after this beef to just give us a song where he is straight up telling us how he feels and is giving us the answers we have been waiting to see, I think this song also exposes the problems I still have with Cole as an MC, which is that he will show us or say one thing, and then tell us another, and then act like we are the ones who are crazy, because with this situation with Drake, beyond now how Cole is putting his foot on it here, are we supposed to believe that Cole teaming up with Future, Metro Boomin, A$AP Rocky, and Kendrick Lamar affiliates was all a coincidence? Because from the songs he is clear to even his lyrics all throughout his career in recent years, which have told us that he will destroy any rapper if they ever test or even disrespect his name. It is strange and weakens the value.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that portion right there, and it just goes back to the hook. It's just like the hook on the song I just listened to earlier, which is the song that he dropped. It's just like Cole. I just you guys, like I said earlier this morning, y'all have to understand. As a genuine hip hop fan, if you're gonna be beating your chest, I expect you to back up. If you're gonna claim you're the best, I expect for you to be prepared for what's to come. And a lot of us, and then that's another thing, and especially what Fantastic Hip Hop was saying, like you got like every fan. I'm talking about, especially like Dreamville fans. You guys will look at us crazy, like J Cole is the best, but you can't. But you can't beat your chest. Now on that portion, I can't get J Cole a pass. I cannot give him a pass on that, and that makes me look at him a different way as well. Now J Cole, he's having a crazy feature run, but it's just the you beating your chest, saying you're the best, and that you can murder any rapper or you can destroy any top tier rapper on the level for you to on the level of any rapper disrespecting your name, J Cole. I can't look at you that I can't give you points for that. I can give you props for your delivery on what you're doing as far as your feature run and then the song you just dropped, but as far as you beating your chest, you don't get points for that.
Value of what he is saying from the perspective purely of the music, as Cole is just inconsistent with the messaging and signals he delivers, but regardless of this rap related criticism. Despite how confusing Cole can be, even on this song, because his points seem to contradict one another, and while he's saying that he does not want to be involved with beef, he still tiptoes around the idea and throws out subliminals that he could go with any rapper toe to toe. Which, at the end of the day, in terms of this,
Yeah, yeah, J Cole, you can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. J Cole, listen. You're an amazing artist. You are so gifted, but you don't get points for that. You just don't get points for that. I'm sorry. As a genuine hip hop fan and as a fan of your music too, I for you if you're gonna be doing that, I can't let that slide. I got to call you out on that. I'm sorry. I respect you as an MC and as a lyricist, but you doing all that, beating your chest, I can't give you a pass on that. I'm going to look at you in a different way. And this is me coming from a real hip hop fan's perspective.
being a message to the rap world makes a lot of this feel weird, because while J. Cole is trying
Definitely weird.
to choose peace, he is still coming at and trying to aggravate his opponents. regardless of my criticisms with this track as a statement to hip hop and on the rap world. At the end of this all, I gotta hand it to J. Cole for being brave enough to speak his mind directly in a time where every other rapper is just leaving faint clues about how they feel and where they stand in this beef. And now going forward, I'm sure with Cole releasing such a massive and important track into the rap world, from Kendrick Lamar to Drake to everybody else, I am sure this moment will only cause more rappers to respond accordingly. So now with all this said, let me know. What do you think of J. Cole's new song, and are you happy with the truth he has given us, or do you think he may be trying to backtrack or not stick to
I'm happy with the truth he gave us, but some of the stuff I just can't look over.
his actions in full when it comes to something like what we have seen between him and Drake? Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And now, if you want to see how Kendrick Lamar just humiliated Drake in yet another way as he took another record away from him, check out the suggested video.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I can't overlook. But yeah, shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop for this video. I some of the stuff I agree, but the one thing I do disagree is that Kendrick and Drake doesn't is not going to ever regret the stuff they said. Yeah, but let me know in the comments down below what y'all thoughts is. But with all that said and done, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. I will be I believe tomorrow Glorilla's gonna be dropping her debut album, Glorious. I believe it's tomorrow. I could be wrong. But if it does drop tomorrow, I'm gonna do a whole album review on that, and then that will in my whole album review will be exclusively on Patreon. But I'm gonna also try to upload it on YouTube as well if I don't get hit with copyrights. Also, join the Discord as well. The hip hop community talk of the culture with Mikhail and friends. So, yep. So without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.